It's Luke and Naomi.
Okay, welcome to episode 50, Luke and Naomi on air 50 times now. We've done this. It would be actually, if we did it once a week, like we should have, it would be probably closer to 60. But,
oh, yeah, for sure.
Happy 50th episode. I'm glad we're still alive and kicking.
That's right, me too.
Yeah, so for the 50th episode, I don't know if you want to call it something special or whatever, but we've got the first sequel review.
We do, yes.
That we're doing.
Did you do that on purpose?
No, that really just kind of happened. We were talking about what movie to watch, and
yeah.
I've been wanting to get back to Batman because you were excited when we started Batman the first time.
Yeah.
Because Danny DeVito was in one.
Yes.
So I was looking forward to getting to Batman Returns. I was just like, hey, you want to do that? And you're like, you know what? Yes, because now I don't have to
think about it.
The
decision has been made for me.
Yeah, boom, done. And then it just worked out. Episode 50, our first sequel, Batman Returns, 1992. Also fitting because it was released around this time of year, too. It was released June 19th.
Okay.
Which is funny because in the movie, it's all Christmas-themed and snow and all of that stuff.
I'm surprised that the argument of, is that a Christmas movie, hasn't come up.
Oh, it's
it
there.
Has. Okay.
It is
all
a thing now. Well, any movie that has Christmas in it now you have to argue about that because we've run out of things to bitch about back and forth. So
I guess.
that's one now, yes, is Batman Returns. I would argue no because, Christmas isn't threatened, really. I mean, the tree and all that stuff, but like I say...
I don't know. If you kill a bunch of kids, like that's going to ruin Christmas.
Yeah, well, that would ruin Christmas, I suppose.
Yeah,
but Christmas would still, you're not getting rid of Santa. Like, I say... The Nightmare Before Christmas is a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Because, they have to save Santa. And, they have to restore Christmas to correctness and all of that stuff, right?
And going by that argument, it looks like Die Hard is not a Christmas movie because they're not saving Christmas.
Well, they certainly are for those little kids, so their mom can get home in time for Christmas. Are you kidding me? Come on. You're just...
Why did we open this can of worms? Anyways, it's episode 50.
I'm all stammering over here.
I know. How dare you?
Anyway, yeah, Batman Returns just in time for Christmas in July.
Yep.
There we go. So that's coming up. That should be a lot of fun, too. I'm looking forward to just a lot of your thoughts on this because...
Oh, I've got plenty.
As is not usual, we sort of back and forth a couple times during this movie, a few more times than we normally do.
Yeah, at one point you asked me, you're like, are you writing that down? And I'm like, no.
Yeah, well...
I had a couple of sarcastic comments here and there, so,
Do you remember what part that was? Because I certainly do not.
No.
All right,
no.
We'll see if we remember in the context of the review. That's coming up in just a couple of minutes. So over the weekend, for the first time ever, we tried Honduran food.
Yeah.
Which isn't too, far off from a lot of Hispanic food we've had.
Yeah.
But, of course, it's different.
A little different, yeah.
And the big one was, well, for me, was yucca.
Yeah.
It was
yucca.
Fried yucca, right?
Yeah.
And it just tasted like French fries.
Except for like more starchy. It was very tasty.
I would never have guessed.
I was here for it, absolutely.
I don't know why, but I pictured yucca to be more like the cactus, I guess.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Which we had that too. We ate cactus too.
Is that the first time?
The first time that I recall eating cactus.
We never ate cactus in New Mexico.
I don't think so.
I mean, I feel like I would remember, so
right. Especially the taste, because it was like a pepper, but cactusy. Like it I don't know. It lives up to its name.
Well described.
I know. Just go out and eat some yourself. Tell me what you think.
Eat some cactus.
Yeah.
Go eat some cactus. That doesn't sound like a nice thing to say.
I liked it though. It was like a bell pepper, but more flavor.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I liked it too.
I was here for it.
So that was pretty neat. The fried yucca though, I just can't get over. That was great. I want more.
Yeah.
We'll have to get more.
Yeah, I don't even know what I ate. It just had everything in it. It had like pieces of pork and chicken and steak and something weird that we could not figure out for the life of us. I even looked back on the menu. I have no idea what was in this dish that we were eating, but it was good, so I don't care.
I'm pretty sure it was some sort of fish.
Maybe. I don't know.
I'm
but
gonna
the fish
go with
wasn't like labeled on there.
Yeah. Whatever, just
mystery meat. There was mystery meat in there, and it was good.
Legitimately, too. So
yeah,
that was interesting. But it was tasty as hell, and I enjoyed all of it, especially the yucca.
Yeah.
The different stuff, the unique stuff to us. So that was pretty cool. And then really not much else going on. We are gearing up for my favorite holiday. 4th of July is coming up next Tuesday, which means that I'm taking Monday off. We have Tuesday off. We got the long weekend. I'm really looking forward to that, which also, gang, means no show next week because 4th of July is on Tuesday, and we are definitely not going to be inside recording.
But we're giving you the heads up this time.
But this time we know about it.
Yeah.
This time it's planned, and it's an excused absence. Government holiday.
That's right.
How about that?
The other ones were unexcused absences.
So really, I'm looking forward to this one too. We're gonna hang out with some friends and do some grilling and chilling.
I'm looking forward to 4 days off of work. Can I just be honest? Like, I just don't want to do anything. I don't want to wake up early. Like, I just want to sleep a little bit. That's what I need. Yeah. And then enjoying the sunshine. It's supposed to be hot all weekend. It's going to be good, like, beach weather.
The weather has started to look better here, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm here for that.
A couple of days ago, it looked like it was going to not be good. And
I was going to fight through it. I don't care.
Well, me too.
It's storming, and I'm just standing outside in the pouring rain going, this is nice.
In my folding chair, just, this is fine.
Yeah, we're having fun. Yes. This is good.
Hopefully we get a couple of beach days in, minimum of probably every day for Naomi. Nothing would be better, but we'll see. We'll get a couple of beach days in.
Like, we have to have 2 out of the 4-day weekend.
We just got the fantastic news that our pool here in our apartment complex is finally going to open tomorrow. They've been doing some.
So we should go swimming tomorrow.
Yeah.
Why not?
Us and everybody else who lives here too.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yes, but I'm here for it. Let's do it. That's I think about it, right? I don't. That's it.
Again, outside of
fireworks in our future. Oh, there'll be a ton of displays around. I'm not saying we're shooting them off. I'm saying we're gonna find some fireworks to watch and enjoy for the 4th of July. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So that's what's been going on. That's what's coming up, and that means you got to wait till another whole week
before you deal with us again.
Before you get episode 51. In our next
We're just taking our time to get to 52 and to get to 1 year. We're just stretching this out as long as we can.
That's right.
Taking us 2 years to get to 1 year.
That's right. 1 year's worth of shows. Absolutely. Right. But in the meantime, we still got a great show for you here. A couple of cool things coming up. And, of course, the Batman Returns review. I'm really looking forward to that as well. But now it's time for some random facts. Your weekly dose of Did You Know? I cannot find the mouse cursor. There it is. Okay, cool. Here is your weekly dose of Did You Know? Did you know Led Zeppelin, REM, and Depeche Mode have never had a #1 single?
I knew that with Led Zeppelin, but I didn't know that for the rest. I guess I can see it.
Meanwhile, Rihanna has had 14.
Yeah, I can see that too.
Riri. Huh? Okay. Did you know cul-de-sac, literally translated in French, means butt of the bag?
Very creative there.
I feel like they put one over on us. Here, yeah, call it that. Mm-hmm. Call it that.
Yeah, it sounds very fancy.
Write it down.
Oh, that sounds beautiful. Everybody's going to want to live in a butt of the bag.
Nailed it. Did you know it takes about 2.5 pounds of grapes to make just 1 bottle of wine?
Did not know that.
2.5 pounds.
That's an interesting fact.
Yeah, I guess I never really knew how many. But
I never really cared, to be honest with you. Just give me the bottle of wine.
I know. It makes sense, but okay. Did you know there are now more than 9,700 breweries in the United States? 10 years ago, there were less than half that. And in 1979, there were 90.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, breweries have just exploded. And it's good, and it's great for tourism and all of that as well.
Yeah, the hops coming back had a lot to do with that. There was a hop blight in like the 1800s or some junk like that wiped out all and blah, 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 and then it's been rebounding basically ever since. So that's helped a lot too, so that's pretty cool. And finally, did you know there's a rare type of watermelon with a solid black rind?
Weird.
It grows on Hokkaido Island in Japan, or the island of Hokkaido in Japan. They're called Densuke watermelons. Only about 10,000 are produced every year, And they sell for like $250.
Of course.
I mean, I've heard the square watermelons are $100.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, you can get the square watermelons there. Now you can get ones with black rinds on them.
Black watermelon. I would love to. I just want to see one, but definitely I would love to taste it. I wonder if it can't be pink in the middle, right?
I have no idea. Maybe.
Very interesting.
Possibly.
Very interesting. And that is your weekly dose of Did You Know? Some random facts to get you through the next 2 weeks. I should have done a double round of random facts, but that's okay.
You can do that when we get back. Something to look forward to.
Yeah, there you go. We'll double up next time. How about that?
Yeah.
Sounds good. Wheel of Fortune. Pat Sajak stepping down. Did we talk about that last show? I cannot remember.
I don't think so because I don't know this.
You don't know that Pat Sajak said goodbye?
No.
Okay, so Pat Sajak.
I've been living under a rock. We know that.
Rock reviews. Nailed it. Shameless plug.
Yeah.
So Sajak said he's going to retire after this upcoming season.
Wow.
Which I believe will be his 41st season.
What a run.
Sheesh. Right?
Yeah.
For real. So yeah, he's calling it quits. Vanna White is like, I'll definitely stay, but she wants more money.
I did hear that.
I
heard that she wanted more money, but I had no idea what was going on with that.
I saw the numbers, and she makes something like $3 million a year, a season. Even if it's an episode, Pat was making 5 times whatever she makes.
Wow.
So, yeah, so she's like, kind of up that price a little bit. And then they announced, I believe just today, that Ryan Secrest is officially going to replace Pat Sajak, which was almost a gift. It's what the guy's been training for, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean,
it's very fitting.
It is. When I heard the news, I'm like, oh, that's kind of perfect.
Okay.
I don't see him as the Jeopardy, replacement for sure. But Wheel of Fortune, that's totally Ryan Seacrest. It has Ryan Seacrest written all over it. So cool. That'll hopefully be nice and seamless and all of that. And
I'm sure there'll still be a couple of bumps. There always is when something like this happens.
Well,
I mean, if somebody's been doing it for 40 plus years, whoever steps in has some very, very, very big shoes to fill.
Do you change anything?
No.
I mean, you don't, right?
Not with Wheel of Fortune.
No.
Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy, and that's about it. The ones that you just cannot change.
Yeah.
Anything else, sure, it's fair game.
I mean,
but those shows, no.
They've tweaked the theme songs every now and then. Wheel of Fortune's gone to the digital touch board and stuff like that, but you don't change anything drastic like that. Either way, that's cool. Grandmas for years to come will have Wheel of Fortune to look forward to in new episodes.
And the rest of us.
And the rest. Well,
I like Wheel of Fortune.
As we all become grandmas and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I
guess.
Yeah. Oh man. So yeah, Secrest taking over Wheel of Fortune, and Naomi and I both wear the stupid Fitbit.
Yeah.
That. The default setting on that is 10,000 steps a day. That's kind of become a thing. Everybody's trying to get 10,000 steps a day because it means
nothing.
What? It means we're all exhausted at the end of the day and the robots will take over easier.
Yeah, probably.
But there's a job application out there. Another one of
all right. Let me get my phone out.
One of our wacky jobs.
Wait, is this worth it?
I don't think so. It seems like it's gonna be sort of a marketing stunt more than an actual job because it's like a one-time thing. So basically the company's called Gym Bird, gym like exercise gym.
Yeah, I figured. Since we're talking about steps.
Not like Jim Bob.
Yeah.
But Gym Bird, that they're looking to hire what they're calling the Chief Step Officer, which I think either one of us could nail. They would be paid $10,000 to take 10,000 steps in one single day.
Okay.
I think we could absolutely crush this job.
I mean, I could use $10,000 for a day of work.
So it's simple. Apparently, you apply online if you're chosen. Of course, you apply online with that. Apparently, yes, of course. If you're chosen, you'll spend a month training to walk 10,000 steps in one day. Once a week, you'll have to share a few social media posts.
There you go.
Okay. Including a video blog about the experience.
Well, I did 800 steps today, and I'm tired. I don't think I'm going to make it to 10,000, guys. That's what they want to hear.
Absolutely. So,
I was made for this.
Yeah, video blog, and then you only have to
guys,
actually...
I walked to the fridge. That's 43 steps. The 10,000 steps is impossible, guys.
I quit.
I don't think I'm going to make this. I'm going to need some more training.
So you really do
catch this next week.
Have to only do 10,000 steps on the last day.
Yeah.
That's all that's actually required.
Mm-hmm.
So they're taking applications until July 19th.
Oh, I got plenty of time.
And they say any adult can apply, but it sounds like they are looking for someone who's new to walking for exercise. So you have to fudge some numbers there a little bit. Hopefully they don't find the podcast.
Or hear me out. You've got about a month to just become gluttonous
Absolutely
and
lazy
disgusting.
and sloth,
Yes.
So they wanted to be
That is
inspiring.
a challenge I can take.
They're looking for it to be inspiring, obviously.
Yeah.
Jim Bird is the name of the company. I guess jimbird.com. Maybe just Google it.
I kind of feel terrible now. Like, being like, yeah, I'm going to get all gluttonous and then do this challenge. When it's like, hey, we're trying to be inspirational here.
That's all, you go, look, I gained a bunch of weight so I can lose it for you.
That's right.
There you go.
Sure.
Oh,
nice positive spin on there.
All right. Ready to get a little fired up? What do you think?
Sure.
You got any feisty in you?
I don't know. I bet you I could find some.
The vegetarians are back at it.
Oh.
The vegans.
What's mad?
Whatever.
What's bothering the vegans today?
So do you know, like, the southeastern and southwestern United States have, like, I think even in the north too, or whatever. There's a really interesting bunch of baseball teams throughout the country, like lower level. Some are college, some are semi-pro, some are the AAAs and stuff like that.
Okay.
There's the Savannah Bananas, which are very entertaining. They do all kinds of goofy-ass promotions all the time.
Okay.
Colorful, funny uniforms, crazy nights.
I mean, with a name like that, you kind of have to.
And there is a collegiate summer baseball team in Macon, Georgia.
Okay.
That calls themselves the Macon Bacon.
I like it.
All right. They have that. It's a fun team name. The mascot is a 7-foot piece of bacon named Kevin.
Now, how do I get that job?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So the mascot's Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
And, of course, an animal rights group wants them to change their name.
To what?
To not Bacon. They're saying it's the...
Making tomatoes.
First of all, they're saying that bacon increases cancer risk, and they're asking the team to change its name to something that's healthier.
Again. No suggestions here?
Yeah.
If you're going to ask somebody to change their name, you have to have suggestions. Those are like the rules.
The making you not hungry.
And it's lettuce.
Vegetables.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like everybody on the team is just a different kind of vegetable.
So the president...
There's Tomato Tom over there. Larry, the lettuce. That's all I got.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, whatever. Like,
they should bring out...
It's Macon. Like, they have to be bacon.
It's just perfect.
Just works.
They should have, like a fake out night where they have, we want to pick a new mascot and have lettuce and a tomato and then a piece of bread or two out there and then just have Kevin Bacon run out and they all sandwich together.
There you go.
BLT.
Yeah.
That's right.
They could be the BLTs. We changed our name. We incorporated vegetables.
Graphic, though, I think.
Maybe.
Maybe that's just my mind. I don't know. Anyway, they're not going to be successful, the animal rights group. The president of the Macon Bacon, which is just so much fun to say.
It is.
Everybody take a minute right now and say Macon Bacon.
Macon Bacon.
Macon Bacon. Let everybody else do it. Macon Bacon. Okay.
Macon Bacon.
So the president of the Macon Bacon, so they're very surprised to hear the criticism, which has also been posted on billboards throughout the city of Macon, Georgia. Get the hell out of here. They spent money on billboards for this. This is crazy.
Hey, whatever floats your boat, I guess.
He said, the Macon Bacon do not view ourselves as a glorification of an unhealthy lifestyle. It's baseball, for Christ's sake.
And
it's a sport.
Bacon. Like,
Literally.
Who cares?
Athletics.
Yeah.
What the hell? Anyway, he says, we pride ourselves on being a fun-natured organization focused on bringing families and communities together. He said, while they do serve a ton of bacon in the stadium, they also offer plant-based options. He says, and as for the name, he says, we will not consider a name change ever.
Good.
Good for you, president of the Macon Bacon.
I mean, whatever. If you want to eat vegetables and not eat bacon and all that, that's your prerogative. Who cares?
Absolutely.
But if somebody is going to First of all, if there is a town called Macon and you don't do anything with bacon, like, you're missing an opportunity.
Absolutely.
So I think they are just playing the cards that they were dealt, and they're playing them right.
I want to know what the plant-based options are. Lemonade.
That's right.
It's lemonade. That's our plant-based option.
Hey, it's something.
Chocolate.
Oh, they're peanuts.
It's
a baseball.
Peanuts and lemonade. There you go. You're good. I like it. I would do that. Somebody's got to do that now. Yep. They're, the vegan options are right over here. Yeah. Lemonade and peanuts. No, I want lemonade and peanuts, honestly. Let's go to a baseball
I know where you got to go.
All
Yeah.
right.
Macon, Georgia.
Yes. That sounds like fun. I bet you their attendance is going to skyrocket.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, they'll probably make some money off this, which is cool. It's a collegiate baseball team. So,
They'll probably have to sell more bacon, and this whole plan has just backfired for this group. Sorry, guys.
Oh, man. Speaking of backfire, we only got 3 answers to our question from last week.
Really?
Everybody was too busy. I'm serious. Everybody only saw our video for some reason. Talking about our anniversary. So all the comments we got this week were happy anniversary, which is fantastic.
Which is awesome. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you, everybody. Very nice. So Snowman did answer our question, though. Of course, we did get a couple answers. Would you rather be 30% smarter or 90% more attractive? I believe you gave your answer last week. Did you?
I did, and I have solidified that, yes, I'm going with the 90% more attractive, because that is so much more attractive. And again, you're going to get a bunch of free stuff, and life is going to get a little easier for you, because that's just how society works. And I'm going to take it.
Yeah, I hear you. It's a great argument. I think I personally am going to jump to the other side.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, okay.
So I'm gonna go 30% smarter, because I'll take the increase, and then I will just use that to make my life easier any way I can.
I don't know. I see a lot of stupid people get away with a lot of things. So I feel like being smarter does not help your case at all to make life easier.
I will find a way to make enough money because I'm smarter to hire everybody to do everything for me, including making me look better too. So
I like that idea. Have you ever heard the phrase "ignorance is bliss"?
Yes, absolutely.
I feel like that should be taken into consideration with this topic.
I suppose it should. It is.
All right.
It is pretty easy to take that way out, but let's see here.
All right, so you're on the smarter group. I'm gonna be on the more attractive group.
Snowman says he wants better looks, so now you've aligned yourself with Snowman.
That's fine.
He says he's the smartest person he knows. That's why he talks to himself.
Snowman, go to the other side.
Well, he needs advice from the smartest person he knows. So,
Yep.
Now I'm cross-eyed. Let's see here. Dewey says...
Dewey? What's Dewey been up to?
Different Dewey, I think. But anyway, he says 30% too dumb is still dumb, but
yes,
90% less ugly is pretty good. Make me beautiful.
Yes, absolutely.
It's backwards. It's perfect.
It makes sense, though.
I love it. That's a great answer. And then Brian from England sent us over his answer. Also, we had asked him last episode about Paul Revere, what he knows of Paul Revere and if he thinks he's a dick because he told everybody the British were coming.
Yeah.
Brian said no, he was fascinated by the story of Paul Revere.
Okay.
His grandmother worked at a local American base in England and got him a set of 4 books, The Wonderful World of Walt Disney. And he said it was full of fantastic stories, including the one about Paul Revere and the Midnight Ride, even though he warned about the British were coming.
Yeah.
So, still pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, Brian had a question for you. He says, as you're one of the best foodies in the world.
All right.
He says he got some ribs the other day and he wanted some barbecue sauce and he came across the American staple, Sweet Baby Ray's.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So we wanted to know about Sweet Baby Ray's, our thoughts on that, and if we have anything that we recommend trying that might be any better.
Oh, gosh, there are so many barbecue sauce options. But Sweet Baby Ray's is a good one. It is about Americanized barbecue sauces you can get.
Yeah.
And it's good. got to be loaded with sugar, and that's why it's so good.
Yeah, it is pretty sweet, right?
But, like, you're never disappointed when you get that. Like, if you go to a restaurant and they're like, oh, we have sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, you're like, oh, okay, absolutely.
You're at a friend's house, you crash a cookout somewhere, and it's like,
you've got that option, you're good.
Like, oh, bitchin'. I love it on burgers.
It's better than, what is it? Kraft Open Pit, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, that stuff. It's like the worst barbecue sauce. But, sorry, Kraft. Stick to mac and cheese.
I mean, when it comes to barbecue sauce, there's people are making their own. You've got all kinds of different recipes, and now we're in the southeast part of the United States where there's the whole Carolina Gold situation. Then there's like the vinegar-based sauces, and oh my goodness!
And I'm definitely here for the vinegar-based sauces. They're more liquidy, but I like vinegar
in general.
Yeah, like vinegar chips and stuff like that. So of course I like the vinegar-based ones. But I mean, it's tough. You've got so many options with barbecue sauce. Sweet Baby Ray's is a great way to go, though. Don't get me wrong on that. That was a great way to go.
We were at a restaurant a couple of weeks ago called Soul Flavor down in Carolina Beach. And
I don't know what that barbecue sauce was, but it was good.
Oh, man. I think that was one of the Carolina Gold versions. Anyway, so we told Brian he should check out Sticky Fingers. That's one of the ones that we buy now if we're buying store-bought and doing it like that.
They've got like 4 different varieties, at least,
they have a bunch of different varieties, right?
But we've got like 4 main ones that we stick to. There's like a Kentucky bourbon one.
Yeah,
there's
really
the Carolina Gold.
Love that on the chicken.
I don't know what else there is. Drawing a blank.
There's a couple different more on the. I think there's a Memphis one, and then something like that. But there is a couple. Right now, I believe we have the Kentucky bourbon. I sent Brian a picture of those.
Oh, good.
That one and the Carolina Gold. And the Carolina Gold I love on chicken. It's just amazing. And then the other one is great on freaking everything else.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, and finally, Brian's answer to the actual question.
30% or 90%?
He says, you could make yourself 90% more attractive. However, for some people, they would still be 100% unattractive on the inside.
That's true.
He said, I'd keep myself as I am in the looks department. And his reason is that Hazel loves him the way he is.
Aww.
And he says, as he does with Hazel, as they say, beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
That's actually a really sweet answer.
And he says, being smarter is the better option. You can never learn too much. However, he says you need to watch Bedazzled with Brendan Fraser and Elizabeth Hurley to see what happens when you become too brainy.
I know that movie. I know that movie very well. That actually was one of my favorite movies for like the longest time.
Awesome.
Yes, there's a lot that can happen when you're too smart. Or, like, in the movie, too, doesn't he become an athlete and he's just dumb as rocks?
I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure that happens. I don't know. I just remember... Oh, wait, no. I think it's something else that goes wrong with him. Everything... Have you seen that movie?
No.
You've never seen Bedazzled? Oh, my gosh. Okay. So, basically, Brendan Fraser gets... I don't know if it's 7 wishes or whatever. He signs a deal with the devil.
Yes, that much I believe I know is the basic plot.
But, each one of his wishes keeps going completely the wrong way. So I believe
sort of like a comedy butterfly effect, right?
Kinda.
Just be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, and it's more of like... the one that I was thinking of, the athlete one where I thought he was dumb, like he kind of is because like his interviews are really stupid. But like, I don't know if his towel falls off or he looks down and he's like very, very small down there. That was the catch. And then with the really smart thing, like he's very articulate and he's very smart and, he's trying to like seduce this woman and all that. And he's gay. She made him very, very smart and articulate, but she made him gay. So his goal of being smart and perfect for this woman didn't work out.
Awesome.
So basically everything that was happening, like she was just throwing a monkey wrench in it. It's
awesome.
A fantastic movie.
All right. That's cool. There are a couple out there that I definitely... One, and if we didn't do Batman Returns, I was going to throw this out there. I have never seen Speed with Keanu Reeves.
And Sandra Bullock?
And Sandra Bullock, yeah.
Yeah.
I've never seen Speed. The bus that couldn't slow down.
That's right. Can't go under 55.
So we may have to do a reverse Under a Rock review because you've seen Speed before, right?
Yeah.
So we may have to do that at some point.
Yeah, I think so.
or I just never watch Speed. I haven't made that decision yet. Do I just never do it out of the fact that I haven't watched it yet, so just never do it for fun?
No.
Do you think I should do it?
Yes.
And then we'll do a Luke's Under a Rock.
Yeah.
Review.
I've got another backup movie in my mind that I think you need to watch and review.
I believe you've told me before too.
But it's a surprise.
But it's a secret.
It's a secret.
If you don't remember, then you don't get to know.
That's right.
All right, cool. So, well, thanks for the answers for our 90% prettier and 30% smarter question.
Yeah.
I'm
still sticking with my answer. I'm going to be prettier and get more free stuff.
I'm with
all the free stuff.
I'm with it. I like Brian. Being smarter. You can never learn too much.
Which is absolutely
true. Should always
true.
keep learning, right?
Yeah.
All right. So for next time, basically, we got 2 weeks for this one. We're going to go back to movie topics.
Since we talk about movies so much.
Since we do talk about movies so much, and a lot of people have their opinions on them, this is, I think, a cool one. And when we do the movie questions, we, generally get to add at least one to the list that we didn't think of or something like that. So I wanted to do that. What is the scariest movie that's not actually a horror movie? Like when I was a kid, Field of Dreams scared the hell out of me.
Really?
Because of the boom, and then the voice started talking in the whisper too. And the first time I saw that, I wasn't even 10. I mean, I had to been 7 maybe, but it scared the hell out of me.
Okay.
So I love it today. It doesn't scare me now. But what is a good a movie that's scary as hell, but it's not a horror movie?
Oh, I betcha. I need some time to think about this, but I betcha I could come up with a list because I'm scared of everything. So every movie has scary moments in it for me. So, yeah, I'm going to have to ponder this one.
This is kind of becoming a popular question right around now because the new movie from Christopher Nolan, Oppenheimer, is out about the creation of the atomic bomb, the Manhattan Project, and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And he has said, I don't know if it's, a warning or just hey, listen, this is a little bit of a horror movie because, I mean, some horrible things happen as a result and all of that stuff. And, the scary whole nuclear war junk and all of that. So, he says this sort of has those elements. It's not a horror movie and all that, but it kind of has those elements. So just be aware as you're saying it. So what is the scariest movie that's not a horror movie?
Castaway.
Castaway. That's not a bad answer at all.
It's not a horror movie, but man, being stuck on an island and just going I guess this is where I live now. What are you going to do? That is scary.
That is a great answer.
Yeah.
That is a great answer. So, looking forward to these. We got 2 weeks for it, through the 4th of July and junk.
Plenty of time to come up with your list.
A bunch of people will be watching a bunch of movies, I'm sure, at some point. Mm-hmm. Hopefully in beautiful weather in your backyard on those projector things.
Yeah, those things are so cool.
With all the lights that you see on the Facebook pictures of people pretending to do that.
Yeah.
So hopefully everybody can get some cool answers for this. I'm really looking forward to that one. And that is it for that.
That's it.
Yes. And now I really wish I had Batman music. I wish I could just pull out some Batman music, but we'll just do this.
That works too.
Now it is time for Naomi's Under a Rock review of Batman Returns.
That's right.
Really, I haven't seen this one in so long, and really looking forward to.
It's a little dated.
To your thoughts on Batman Returns. Please take it away.
All right. So I'm here for the Penguin. I knew Danny DeVito as the Penguin.
That was one of your draws.
Yeah, absolutely. After watching the movie, not so much, but that's all right. We'll get into that. All right, so Batman Returns. We open to a woman giving birth. Obviously, we don't see her giving birth. We hear her groaning in pain. Then you hear a baby crying, and you know what's happening. Then it's Christmas. The baby is in the stroller cage thing. A cat walks by, it basically picks up the cat by its tail and I don't know, attacks it, puts it in the cage stroller thing. Really weird. So, this kid is messed up. Must be the Penguin, right? Yeah. They don't beat around the bush in this movie at all. They kind of jump right into everything. Yeah, and I didn't bump into a lot of things in this movie, but the Tim Burton music
Yeah.
throughout. Oh my gosh. There were so many times where I'm like, I get that you're trying to draw in the like Christmassy feel, but then you have these, I don't know, it's really well done when you think about it. The creepy vibes that are given throughout different scenes just because of the music and all of that. It's well done, but it's very Tim Burton-y. Like, you know it's him.
It is a little Burton heavy for me, I think.
Yeah. All right. So, anyways, this cat walks by. He basically picks up the cat by the tail and, attacks it, puts it in the stroller thing, whatever.
I think we're supposed to think he eats it.
Oh, okay. I guess that makes sense too. All we know, again, this is a monster and it must be the penguin. All right. And then the parents decide to throw him in a river because that's what you do when you have a monstrous baby, I guess, because that's going to not create, a villain. Yeah. All right, so we have a Christmas celebration, and we've got this rich guy, Christopher Walken, which was awesome. I didn't know he was in this, so I enjoyed that. I do like him.
Batman, hello.
Stop. Luke did that like 8 times while we were watching this movie, and I'm like, if you do it again, like, you're going to have to leave.
You're going to have to leave the room.
Yeah.
I really got, you're going to have to leave the room if you don't stop.
Absolutely.
Hello, Batman.
So anyways, he's like, I wish I could give more. I wish I could give world peace and all this, blah, blah, blah. He's full of garbage. But, doing the rich guy stuff, whatever. And we know the penguin is close by because we see the shadow and then we see the umbrella. Except for he doesn't call it an umbrella. Is it like a what is it called?
Parasol.
Parasol, yeah. Parcel. I was like, isn't that postage?
Yeah, the
Mail?
parasol. Yes.
Yeah, so we see that. So we know that, penguin is close by. And then this giant present appears. Just in the background. You see this giant box kind of moving towards the stage. And the rich guy's basically like, then that's not me. This is not a surprise. I'm not doing this. And it's, of course, the penguin has set this up. Because, again, the rich guy's not pulling like a publicity stunt or anything. Out comes like a million clowns. Some on motorcycles, some just like flung out of it. One like hits the tree, which happens quite often in this movie. How many times people hit Christmas trees?
Yeah, several. It's a repeated thing.
It really is.
I don't get it,
my
but okay.
main question with all of these clowns causing a ruckus was, why clowns? This is not the Joker. He died in the first movie because remember that caught me way off guard.
Yes.
So why clowns? This is the penguin. Shouldn't he have an army of penguins?
You would think.
But it's clowns.
They say something about him taking over some gang, but I don't know that it still had anything to do with it.
It swallows up like a circus or whatever. I don't know. They talk about it later in the movie. Yeah. But in the beginning, I'm like, what, is this the Joker's friends?
The first movie.
Yeah. Like,
this takes place the week after.
I guess so, So Max Schreck is the rich guy.
Christopher Walken.
Yeah. So he runs off so he doesn't get killed. He ends up falling in this like trap door into the zoo where we finally meet Danny DeVito as the penguin. And he's busy like feeding the penguins fish, and he says hello and tells Max, I believe the word you're looking for is great line.
Great DeVito.
Perfect. Too. Yes. In the meantime, Batman saves Michelle Pfeiffer, who we know will end up being Catwoman because she's kind of weird, and I don't know. It's gonna happen.
I mean, despite the fact that Michelle Pfeiffer plays Catwoman, you can see that coming.
I mean, she was the only other character, It's gonna be her.
Yeah, just like a Tim Burton movie, there's only 4 people in it.
Yes, absolutely. And everybody in the background is just like about the extraist as you could possibly be.
They were hired day of.
Yeah.
Didn't even know what movie they were supposed to be in.
Well, and that's the thing. There's a moment where like they're all looking into like a manhole, like the manhole cover, whatever is open.
Yeah.
And like the townspeople are looking in, and everybody has their mouth like surprised, oh, and they all lean in. And then it takes about 30 seconds for something to happen, and then they all start leaning backwards. And I'm like, yeah, you can tell that's Tim Burton all the way right there.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but none of these people mean anything. They're just townspeople.
It's
like
very,
you said, there's 4 people.
It's very Whoville a little bit.
Yes, that's a good way to put it.
Some of his extras and background people, if you think like Edward Scissorhands and stuff like that.
Yes, absolutely.
Very much.
All right, so Penguin lays it all out. He tells Max he wants to go to the surface. He wasn't born in the sewer. He just wants to know what his name is. He wants to know his parents, all of that. I'm kind of like, yeah, right, there's more to the story. And then we cut to a scene where we see Selena Kyle's apartment. Selena Kyle, we know, is going to be Catwoman. Of course she's got a cat, because why wouldn't Catwoman not have a cat?
Well, yeah.
She's got a Murphy bed, and she has probably the ugliest chair I have ever seen in any movie or life situation ever. If you've ever seen this movie, whether you have or not, go in probably about 20-25 minutes into the movie, see Selena Kyle's home, and see the couch or the chair that she ends up sitting on. It's this ugly yellow chair with like these fluffy spikes sticking out of it everywhere. But it kind of fits because she's kind of a weird person, and her house is kind of weird.
I gotta see if I can Google this.
Because again, she's got the Murphy bed. She's got the sign that says what, hello there, or something like that. She seems weird. All right. So, anyways, she's in her apartment.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. Okay. So describe that chair. It's an off yellow chair with little spikies that are fluffy all over
Yeah,
it.
they're not spikes. They're little
pom-poms,
like fabric knots, sort of like that. I wish I knew how the hell to describe this, because I think a bunch of people would know.
Just put a picture of it.
Just
put a picture of it up.
I will. I'll put a picture of Selena Kyle in her chair. Let's see if I can save this right now.
Yeah.
All
because
right.
it bothered me. Like, I really saw that and went, nope, this girl is insane. Like, who would have that in their house? Speaking of insane, my next note just says, what the heck just happened? All right. So Selena had left her a message to go back to the office. So that's what she ends up doing. She goes back to the office. She's looking up some power plant files for a meeting that Max is going to have with Bruce Wayne. So Max comes in, asks her what she's doing, blah, blah, blah. Basically, she's like, oh, I hacked into the computer so I could get this information and get everything ready for you, and he's kind of asking, like, well, how did you do that? All of that. There's a little bit of a struggle between them. And then she says, it's not like you can just kill me. And he says something like, that's exactly what I'm going to do, or that's something I can do, or whatever he says. And then they laugh it off, like they're just friends and everything, and it's just like, what's going on here? No big deal, whatever. And then he pushes her out of a window.
Oh, yeah.
Did not see that one coming either.
Yeah, I think I felt you actually physically start when that, you sort of jumped a little bit when.
Yeah, because they laughed it off like they're, just kidding. We get like that sometimes.
Christopher Walken's great at that too.
Oh gosh, yeah, it was, and just the look on his face after he did it, like, well, she's somebody else's problem now. I don't care. Like the nonchalant,
icy cold stare. Yeah.
So I didn't see that coming, and I mean, obviously she's gonna live because she's gonna be Catwoman, but what the heck just happened? So she fell from, I don't know, a million stories up, presumably dead. A bunch of cats come out of the woodwork. That's weird. Running all over her. They were biting her fingers. They were smelling inside her mouth. That was a weird scene. Like, what, the cats brought her back to life? Gosh, like, I want to find the comic and read what was actually supposed to happen there that they were, portraying. Because I did not like that scene at all.
I'm not heavy on Batman comics. I wonder if Paul might know. I think Paul might know, and I'm gonna have to look that up too, because I'm not sure if that's a recreation of a comic panel or not, or if that was just written. Probably by Tim Burton, if it was just written.
To be weird.
But I really, I'm absolutely second guessing myself, because I'm not sure if I've seen that as a comic panel. Maybe it was turned into one after the movie or something like that. But it is a hella weird scene.
Especially like when they're biting her fingers and they spend way too long on that.
Yeah, they show that like 5 times.
Yeah, it's disgusting. So she goes home and she's basically like a zombie. Her face is all pale. She's got a big cut on her head. I don't know if she's supposed to be dead at this point, and the cats basically brought her back to life. I don't know. But as the movie goes on, I'm pretty sure that's what happened there. And at this point, you can definitely tell that this is a Tim Burton movie, especially in her transformation scene.
Oh, yeah.
Selena then destroys her apartment. She gets black spray paint out, and she's just spraying her walls down. She stuck a bunch of stuffed animals down the garbage disposal. She's breaking mirrors. She's throwing things. She's making a mess. And then all of a sudden, she's got some leather get-up in her closet that she is going to sew into the Catwoman suit. And bam, now we have Catwoman.
Also very reminiscent of Edward Scissorhands when, he's cutting all the hair and the trimming the hedges and stuff. And shit's just flying everywhere.
I guess, but I don't know.
Very Tim Burton heavy.
Yes. So Selena unexpectedly shows up at work because, she got pushed out of a window and should be dead right now. Talks with Bruce Wayne because he went there to go meet with Max about the whole power plant thing. They have a cute little back and forth. And of course, Shrek can't believe that she's alive because he just pushed her out of a window and she should be dead. But he also states, nothing surprises me.
Yeah, right.
And again, that icy cold, nonchalant, whatever. Whatever. He's not worried about it because in the end, he's a rich man who's going to get what he wants. Or so we believe. All right. So then he meets with the Penguin. I'm talking about Max, the rich guy. He meets with the Penguin and tells him his plan of making the Penguin mayor. Yay! Because, the Penguin's got great people skills. He's going to make a great mayor here.
And how about when they do the announcement there?
Man, he bites a guy's face for crying out loud.
I was just talking about coming down the stairs wailing on the raw fish.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
It's absolutely disgusting. Again, Tim Burton-y with the raw fish and the black liquid coming out of his mouth all the time. I was so looking forward to Danny DeVito as the Penguin, and that just ruined everything for me. It really did. I am biased because I've seen pictures of Danny DeVito as the Penguin, but not, I guess, the full get-up.
Not the gross.
The claw hands and the gross teeth and black liquid and all of that kind of stuff. But I liked the show Gotham that was on TV.
Yes.
And how they had the Penguin.
Yeah.
Because he walked funny. That was his wobble made him the Penguin. And the character who played him just did such a great job of, instead of making this as a grotesque villain, it's just a weirdo. It's just a weirdo outcast that is making a name for himself.
I feel like that is one of the first steps away from the Penguin being, round and actually be like Penguin-like.
By the way, speaking of round and all that outfit, oh my gosh, disgusting.
I know it.
They picked out the most horrific thing possible, and they're like, hey, you know what would make this worse? If you're wearing this, jumpsuit that makes your butt look like it's hanging real low and you're round.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
You know what they should do is put him in the sack the Oogie Boogie Man wore in Nightmare Before Christmas.
That's, I think, where they got the inspiration. It was just, all right. Anyways. All right, so we got the Penguin, who is going to be mayor, because that's a great idea there. And then we've got Catwoman, who is on a tear. She's basically wreaking harmless havoc.
Yeah.
She breaks in. She's a cat burglar, right?
Yeah.
So she's breaking into the mall, whatever, stealing stuff. Definitely considered harmless considering what normally is happening in Gotham City. So right. I don't really think she's anything to worry about. Her and Batman get into a fist fight. She runs off, and she leaves a claw stuck in his abdomen. And then she makes her way to see the Penguin, and she wants to help get rid of Batman. Because teaming up with the Penguin sounds like a good idea, too.
Well, because that's what Batman villains do. Is
they team up
to get rid of Batman.
Ugh, whatever. All right. So Bruce Wayne and Selena run into each other on the street. They decide they're going to watch this tree lighting ceremony since the last one got destroyed because the clowns popping out of the package and all of that kind of stuff. So they're going to watch it together at Bruce's house, Bruce's Manor, whatever you want to call it.
Wayne Manor.
Yeah.
Stately Wayne Manor.
So they go over there. They're hanging out. They like each other. Getting all busy on the couch, making out, all that. Then they hear on TV, they announce that there's been a kidnapping and they believe Batman did it. So, of course, Bruce has to excuse himself. And then Selina has to excuse herself as well because she's got a plan with the Penguin and Batman's supposed to show up there and she needs to get down there.
Yeah.
So basically they both leave, come up with excuses, tell Alfred to tell each other the excuses, make something up, all of that.
It's a great scene.
They each have their own reason that they need to be in person at the ceremony. All right. So Batman goes to rescue the kidnapped girl, but Catwoman shows up, of course. They have a nice little fight with some back and forth, eat the floor, and then you kick somebody to hit the ground, all that. Catwoman takes the girl, and she's left standing on this ledge. And basically the kidnapped woman is like, they're going to let me go, which obviously is not going to be the case. Penguin appears, throws an umbrella, or whatever he calls them. A bunch of flying bats come out of it, and the girl falls to her death. But Batman didn't even try to save the girl as she's falling to her death, which I was surprised there. Again, early Batman is a lot more darker than the newer Batmans, where they're like, oh, Batman's so dark now. No. Have you seen the 90s version? Like, he just lets people die.
Also, modern Batman has more gadgets and is more acrobatic.
Yeah. I mean, this guy was just like, it's not going to happen. She's done for. I'm not even going to try.
She's way the hell over there.
What do you want me to do about this? She should have been standing on that ledge. I told her to be careful. There's only so much I can do. Again, there's a lot more death in the old Batman movies. All right, so Penguin and Catwoman have a moment, and it's not good. Catwoman basically rejects the Penguin's advances, which, why wouldn't she? Mm-hmm. Like, he's very gross, yes. And he's not only like the grotesque grossness, he is gross personality-wise. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
raunchy.
Hey, we did something together, so here's a ring. Let's get married now. What?
Yeah.
What? And a cat and a penguin, you killed one earlier. We know about that when you were a kid. So this is not a good idea. So anyways, he's like, when she rejects him, he's basically like, I'm done with you, tries to kill her. She lives, though, or lost one of her cat lives. I don't exactly know how that works.
Yeah, is she a zombie? Does she have 9 lives? How are we doing this? Because they don't really clarify.
I believe that she is a zombie, but she came back to life with 9 lives. I think that's how that went down. Because she definitely died when she fell off that building. She definitely died. But now we're counting down at some point, and she's got 9 lives because she's a cat. But like you said, they don't clarify that. All right. So, we cut to a scene. Penguin is giving a speech saying he's better than the mayor. It's kind of like his little rally, all of that. He's going to clean up Gotham and whatever, just vote for me, all that good stuff. Batman hijacks the microphones that...
oh, that's right. Yes.
The microphones, the speakers, I'm not sure. So basically he is PA. Playing other clips of the Penguin, but it's not what the Penguin is actually saying then. He's actually like playing words of hate that have come out of the Penguin's mouth, so the public can actually hear what the Penguin really thinks and how cruel he actually is, and basically like just how he's terrible. So then everyone starts throwing tomatoes and lettuce at him because apparently that's something we always have in hand. And my next note says, I'm so glad they addressed that. Like, that was awesome.
One of the things that we said to each other as well, because as this is happening, everybody's just hucking salad at the guy. And it's like, where the hell did you get, first of all the lettuce and tomatoes?
Not only that, but can I say, you went to this rally because you were excited about this guy running for mayor. You brought the tomatoes just in case?
Like, did you stop off? Were you grocery shopping? And, it's like, oh, lucky I happen to have this But no, everybody had... It's like you were leaving the house. Did you remember the tomatoes?
In case he says something we don't like. Because right now, at this moment, we're 100% behind this guy.
Oh, it's so ridiculous.
But he's going to say one thing wrong, and I want to be ready to throw a tomato. And lettuce. Don't forget the heads of lettuce.
Just all the lettuce.
There was so much. Like, but the best part is that they address that. The Penguin says something about it, and I don't even remember what he says. It doesn't matter. It was hilarious.
I think he says, "Who brings tomatoes?"
Yes.
Something along that line. It was very, very subtle or very simple, but you know.
It was awesome. Probably one of my favorite parts of the movie, for sure. All right. So now we get this masquerade party coming up. Bruce Wayne and Selina both go to, it's Max Shrek's, the rich guy, Christopher Walken. It's his party. They both go, not together, but they go and meet up there. So Selina basically wants to kill her boss, Max. Obviously. I mean, he pushed her out a window and killed her, but, you know, let's not get into those kind of details. She is dancing with Bruce and basically pulls out a gun while they're dancing and is like, yeah, I'm going to go kill him, basically. And he asks her, you know, like, who do you think you are? You can't do that. And then she starts laughing, and then she's, like, crying and is basically saying, like, I don't know who I am anymore. And this is getting more into, like, Harley Quinn vibes than Catwoman, I feel, at this point. Where, like, she is, I mean, again, she's laughing and crying at the same time. That's scary.
Oh, yeah.
That's scary when the villains do that. When the villains do that, you know something bad is going to happen.
A really good unhinged performance.
Yeah, that was great for that part. She had a lot of unhinged moments throughout the movie. What was it? The one scene it was at some point she said something about taking a bath because she felt dirty or something like that, and just starts licking her arms and like.
Yeah, doing the cat bath.
Yeah, but it would just that was so weird, so weird.
That pleather's gotta taste like crap.
Oh gosh. I just remember, how long are we gonna watch this scene? Like this. We get the point.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she's laughing and crying. She's basically
just
all
like when your cat's
unhinged.
doing it, right?
Yeah.
Hey, cut it out!
So she's all unhinged, but she notices mistletoe and says a line about it being poisonous, which Catwoman and Batwoman, I really did write Batwoman too. Catwoman and Batman shared that experience the night before when they were fighting. Something about mistletoe being poisonous if you eat it, and something about a kiss being poisonous. I don't know. Whatever. Doesn't matter the words. But it was basically that realization of, oh, shoot, we know who each other are.
Yeah.
You know, I know Selina is Catwoman. She knows Bruce is Batman. And that's when we get that really good line that goes, oh, man, does that mean we need to start fighting?
I love that.
And Bruce is like, let's go outside.
The way she says it, too, is, just a great... She was awesome in that movie. Michelle Pfeiffer was so good in that.
All right. So then after this moment, you know, you don't even get a minute to reconnect on what's about to happen here. Penguin's goons show up. Actually, it's not Penguin's goons. It's just the Penguin. The rest of his goons are out basically getting the firstborn kids so they can kill them because, again, this movie is very dark.
Very dark.
And during all this, Penguin takes Max to his lair. It was supposed to be Max's son, Chip, but Max basically was like, no, take me instead. I'm the one you've got beef with, all of that. So he's like, all right, fine, you're right. So he takes Max and then basically sets his actual penguin friends up with rockets to go blow up the city or whatever. Very odd scene. This movie took a lot of turns that I was not expecting. Some really great ones, some really, really weird ones. And an army of penguins with helmets on and rockets strapped to their back was not the way I thought this movie was going to go.
Yeah, it took a turn there into the 1960s Adam West campy Batman.
Yeah, that makes sense because there was a lot of weirdness there.
It seems to be one of the worlds that was involved in. It was, the world of Edward Scissorhands, the world of the Who, and the Who's, and then the 60s Batman.
Yeah. Apparently, Batman knows how to reprogram the penguins because that's what he does.
Heck yeah.
That they basically head back to the lair and instead blow that up instead of the city. All right, so Max is trying to escape, but he's met by Catwoman, and Batman calls her by name in front of Max. He calls her Selina. I hate this scene. This is absolutely terrible. I mean, first of all, if you want to, expose your identity, that's your business. But now you're exposing somebody else's. Yes, like,
that's right. Nicely
dude.
done.
Not only that, but he does. He pulls his mask off. So at this point, I'm like, all right, this is a dream sequence or something, or everybody's about to die because nobody can know who Catwoman is or Batman. So
especially Batman.
You know, and he took off his mask. He ripped off his mask. I mean, the plastic pieces look like he just. I'm done with this.
Cheap rubber. Imagine being 10 years old and seeing that and being devastated. I was devastated when he revealed his identity. Just devastated.
Not only that, but he revealed somebody else's. That was a bad move.
Batman does tend to do that. If you, I've been rewatching Batman the animated series, which is really.
Well, he just calls everybody else out.
Yeah, he will all the bad guys. He calls them by name. He doesn't call Killer Croc. He calls him whatever the hell his name is.
And that is fine. That's a villain.
It's a piss poor example.
Well, I guess Catwoman is technically a villain too. So,
yeah.
But no, you cannot. You don't reveal somebody else's identity. You just don't, man. He lost a.
I absolutely love your dedication to the secret
that.
identity. That's fantastic.
You know. But again,
I thought villains don't necessarily have secret identities. They have alter egos or just nicknames.
I don't know. I feel like this was a secret identity. I mean, Selena went to work the next day. You know? That's a secret identity right there.
Absolutely love it. This is one of the greatest conversations of our entire relationship.
Anyway. So I figured it's got to be a dream sequence or something, or, you know, again, everybody's going to die. And sure enough, yeah, Max is going to die. So Max and Catwoman get into a fight. He shoots her, but not enough times to take the last of her 9 lives, or how many ever she had left. At one point she's counting at this point, and she's like, 5, 6, or I don't know if she's counting up or down or whatever. Then he, goes to shoot the gun again. No bullets. So she's like, all right, my turn. I'm going to kill you, basically. And she electrocutes him. No sign of her, so maybe she escaped. But we do see dead Max, which is the gruesome...
the fried skeleton.
Yeah, with the bulgy eyes, the very dummy-looking,
absolutely Who Framed Roger Rabbit reminds me of
That's
very
a good
cartoony.
way to put it. Yeah. All right, so again, Max is dead. Weird, burn-up, fake, dummy-looking thing. Penguin is dead at this point. I don't think I went over that, but yeah, he died too. Surprise, surprise. And then we got Batman back as Bruce Wayne getting a ride from Alfred. So they make a stop on the way home. He sees a shadow, whatever, so he stops, goes down this alleyway, and there's a cat. So he's going to take the cat home with him.
I think he thinks it's her black cat.
Yeah, I think so too. Anyways, Alfred and Bruce wish each other Merry Christmas. And my last note says, I'm surprised no one is arguing if this is considered a Christmas movie. The end. Because their last things are basically Merry Christmas and goodwill towards men and women, is what he says.
Yep.
That's how the movie wraps up. It's a very Christmassy movie with lots of death.
And then you see the bat signal, and Catwoman picks her head up.
Yeah. So we know she's alive.
The end.
The end.
All right. That's Batman Returns.
Now, before you get into your questions, I have a question for you.
All right.
So in the world of Batman, Catwomen, all that stuff, isn't Michelle Pfeiffer supposed to be the best Catwoman? Is that a thing?
She is a gold standard.
Okay.
As far as theatrical movie Catwomen.
I want to see some other Catwomen because I thought it was really weird. There were some things where I'm like, oh, that's really cool. Oh, that's well done. And there were other things where I'm like, no. Just no.
Unfortunately, our options are limited.
Okay.
We have, you go back to the Lee Merriweather, Eartha Kitt,
Speaking of Christmas,
all
I know is Eartha Kitt sings a Christmas song, doesn't she? That's all I know about Eartha Kitt. She's a Catwoman too. Okay. All right, good to know.
And that was all the campy Adam West's, 60s, 70s Batman, where I think a lot of this, that was used as a bit of source material.
Okay.
I mean, there were comics and stuff like that, and I'm sure they went to them a little bit, but not as much as they do, and have in the last 20 years with, the Marvel Universe and all that stuff. But, Yeah. So then on top of that, there is the
Is there somebody better?
There's the terrible Halle Berry one that she got the Razzies for.
Okay.
Is there somebody better? I don't think until we got Zoe Kravitz in 2022 in The Batman with Robert Pattinson.
Okay.
I think that's like the coolest iteration where it's not all the friggin' cat references you can cram into a character, because that's
I mean, they do give her that crazy cat lady vibe, and I do understand, like, she's dead. She died and came back to life. Like, she's gonna be a little unhinged. And I get that, but there was just something about, like, maybe it was the writing, some of the one-liners where it's just like, ugh, grown.
It's a little Tim Burton heavy, this movie. It really, really is. The Batman the Animated Series is probably like my main Catwoman.
Yeah.
And still, they do the cat puns a bunch there. Not as much as this, though. I mean, that is a little rough.
I mean, I can stand a cat pun or two, maybe even 4, but it was like every line. And again, some of the delivery of those lines, I'm sure it's hard to just deliver one-liners,
Yeah.
But there was some of it where I was just like, again, grown, like, really?
One of my favorites is when she comes flipping away from the storefront and then just goes meow, and the place blows up. Like, that's fantastic. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I guess it just didn't hit me the same.
So,
right.
There also Anne Hathaway sort of in the Dark Knight Returns, which I just am not a fan of at all, but I mean, that's just opinion. Anne Hathaway was in the third Christian Bale Batman.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, so she played a cat burglar. Now, okay. I don't think they ever even really referred to her as Catwoman.
Okay.
Something like that, but yeah. So to answer your question, I don't know.
All right, Michelle Pfeiffer it is.
But I mean, she's pretty solid, and like I said, you'll see the Catwoman in the animated series coming up because I'll just have it on.
Yeah.
And she's pretty awesome, honestly.
Okay. For a cartoon.
Yeah. I mean, hell. All right, let's see. Let's get to your... First of all, thank you for watching Batman Returns and taking the notes and doing the review and all of that.
And
we appreciate it.
Ruining Danny DeVito as the Penguin. I liked him more as the mysterious Penguin that I did not know.
That you knew nothing about.
Yeah, because that really ruined it for me.
As usual...
I can't believe I was so excited.
As usual, we have the review questions we ask Naomi just to see if there's any other crazy discussions that we can dig up afterwards. So we always start with this one. Did you like it?
Yeah, I did. I didn't like it as much as I thought I was going to, so that was kind of a bummer.
It is a rough rewatch for me because, I mean, I'll talk to friends my age and they'll be like, oh, Batman Returns is the best of all the Batman movies. And it's like, nah.
No, it's not. And I mean, like, I get some things are dated, like especially the stunts and the special features and special effects and all of that kind of stuff. Of course that stuff is dated, and I tried not to let that take too much away from the movie. But it does, like, a lot has changed in that time frame.
Yeah.
So watching someone, like, do backflips up to 2 people just standing there watching that person do backflips. Like, you don't want to move out of the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Compared to now where it's just like they let that stuff happen and overlap each other so it looks like you're caught by surprise.
The choreography, everything, it's very dated, Batman. And then what I bump into terribly, and it's another Burton thing, and I swear, I like some Tim Burton movies, I do. But the very Burton thing is it's so on a set that it feels like it's a freaking play.
Yeah.
It
feels
I can see
like
they're play set, like stage sets. Mm-hmm. And it's like, man, listen, they made Superman in like 1979 or 8 or something like that and shot it outdoors. So, I mean, you could have done some scenes outside, I think, in the real world. I don't know. But this isn't tear apart Batman Returns. Did you like it? Sort of. All right. What did you know about Batman Returns going in?
I knew Danny DeVito was going to be the Penguin.
Yep. You knew Batman was returning.
Yes. I'm pretty sure Thanks. I'm pretty sure I knew Catwoman was going to be a part of this one.
Uh-huh.
That's about it. I mean, I know the story of Batman, and we're going to be in Gotham City, and the city's going to need some saving.
That's right.
Boom.
All
done.
Right. All right. Let's see here. What were your thoughts going in?
Again, very excited to see Danny DeVito as the Penguin. Was keeping an open mind about the Catwoman, because I've seen the VHS cover, where it's got like the three heads.
Yes.
It's got Penguin, Catwoman, and her pleather suit, which just looks so dated, even then. So I was trying to keep an open mind about everything. I guess I didn't do the best job with that.
All right.
My bad.
What surprised you?
Again, just how dark Batman old school is. And again, how many times have people said, like, the new Batman, oh, it's so dark and all of this kind of stuff. And it's like, the Joker died in the original, right? Like, dead, died. And now we got this one where, Catwoman becomes Catwoman because she was pushed out a window and died. And then they let innocent people die. Like, old school Batman is a lot darker.
1992, they were still transitioning out of that 80s let's kill people in movies thing.
Yeah, well, and I mean, again, the whole plan in the movie, Penguin's going to steal all the firstborn kids and kill them. And then when that backfires, he's like, we're just going to kill all the kids. Like, that's pretty heavy there.
Yeah.
You don't really get away with that kind of stuff in movies anymore.
The Penguin that is, okay, so, Batman the Animated Series is my source material for Batman for the most part. I've read some comics and stuff like that, but I grew up with the animated series, which is very heavily drawn from the comics in the first place. But the Penguin that I know very well is a freaking crime boss, not a ruthless, murdering, psychopathic mutant.
Yeah.
Anyway, again, not trashing this movie. It's just, it's funny to go back and watch it, 30 years later. Would you have liked this more or less if you saw it when you were younger? You can pick an age this time. If you can't pick an age, go with like 15.
I don't think I would have liked it. I think the things that I have bumped into, again, trying to have an open mind, I think would have been even harder to deal with. And I think ruining Danny DeVito as the Penguin earlier would have just been devastating. So I'm glad I didn't do that.
Because the Penguin from Batman is like I'm talking about, the crime boss who's, just sort of goofy looking and awkward.
Yes, and that's why, like, the TV show Gotham, I love how they did the Penguin. It's one of my favorite characters because he is just odd, but he's smart.
Yeah.
And he's kind of dweeby. So he gets into these bad situations. He's a villain, so he's going to lose. But, like, it's just so well done instead of being grotesque. Yeah. Like, I feel like that was not needed.
Very dimensional character as opposed to gross mutant. I don't know. And the Penguin in the newer Batman movie.
How do you do that to Danny DeVito? I mean, come on, man.
I don't know. Again, it was like, hey, the only other Batman that's been on TV and film is Adam West stuff, and that was very bright, so let's go the opposite way.
Yeah, I guess so. That's where they got Tim Burton. Let's go dark.
Yeah.
And weird.
And they went
dark. And artsy. Dark.
Colin Farrell's Penguin is completely different in The Batman, Robert Pattinson.
Okay.
Do you even know what character I'm referring to?
No, not at all.
The dude with the face that looked like mush? It's the crime boss who ran the nightclub that he ran into and Mr. Vengeance here. He did like that kind of voice.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember.
But that's the Penguin because, again, nightclub owner and sort of like crime boss style thing. Anyway, yeah, I'm bummed that disappointed you.
That was devastating. Sucks. That has it ruined my day. It really did.
Now 2 days.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part?
Oh gosh, there was a couple of them. I loved when Selena went back to work. Because it's just the shock of, like, dude, I just pushed you out a window. Like, I just got done telling everyone that you just didn't show up for work.
Like, oh, man.
I was talking a bunch of crap about you, and here you are, And then he's trying to, like, cover it up. Oh, the skiing accident, right? And she goes off on some gibberish.
She blows right by him, too. It was
great. So I really did enjoy that. I liked the part where it was like, oh, are we going to have to fight now? There was a few moments like that I really liked, but that was probably my favorite. That one and when the penguin calls out, people throwing tomatoes and lettuce at him. Like, again, they drew attention to that, which was awesome. So I was definitely here for those moments.
Least favorite part?
Anytime they showed Danny DeVito, like, snacking on a fish, or...
snacking on a fish.
It was just weird.
Danny DeVito and Gollum. It's just, you haven't seen Lord of the Rings, but you've probably seen some of those.
Yes, I
anyway.
know enough of that and seen scenes of that. Where let's not do that.
I think I'd rather watch Gollum, honestly.
I was definitely not here for, again, him snacking on a fish. Anytime we saw, like, his full outfit. Again, some of
he's in his, like, union suit, like his underwears or whatever.
Yeah, it's just weird. And then, like, okay, so he sends all those penguins out to blow up the place. Like, that's kind of weird. I really wasn't here for that. Like, oh, okay, that makes sense. These, you're the leader of the penguins, too. All right, because your name is Penguin? Okay.
Ant-Man.
Whatever. But also the funeral scene where Penguin's dead and, like, the 6 penguins, like 3 on each side, kind of walk him into the water.
We'll just float him into this pond.
Like, what is that about?
It's not the ocean.
What?
We're going to stick him in the pond.
Like, you didn't even have to do that. Like, you could have cut 5 minutes out of that movie. That was fine. We did not need that scene.
True. That's great. Oh my God.
In Selena's apartment. What the heck?
All right, yeah. Well,
in your stupid chair.
You will probably have seen the picture of the chair as you've clicked on the link, because that's my plan. So, let's see here. Would you recommend Batman Returns to someone else who has never seen it?
If you have not seen it, and you're a fan of Batman, yes. If not, I would just suggest the first one.
Now, to clarify, you are a Batman fan, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Naomi's not a crazy fanatic fanboy.
Yeah, but I'm here for Batman, absolutely.
Yes. You've been through a bunch of the story. As you mentioned, you've watched the show Gotham. You've seen a bunch of the movies and all of that. So, cool. Would you watch it again?
No, absolutely not. This is a big, hard no for me.
That's fantastic.
This movie was devastating on so many levels.
Are you going to stop and watch it if you see it on TV?
Absolutely not. I'm changing the channel if it's on TV.
And the final question, are you happy you watched it?
Of course.
Are you really?
Yes.
Even though a little disappointed?
I'm devastated what they did to Danny DeVito. They did him wrong. So wrong. But yeah, I'm still glad I saw it. I finally get the references of Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman.
Sure.
I believe that's in a song. So now that makes sense. So that, I'm always happy that I watched these movies that so many people have seen and I have not. It's just kind of, eye-opening. And there's always those moments where it's like, that makes sense. Or I can say, no, older Batman is darker. People died. They went after, firstborn children and stuff like that.
Right.
Compared to just being like, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
So I'm always glad that I've watched them.
So I honestly don't think we're going to do Forever and Batman and Robin because...
So who is the main villain in Batman Forever?
Oh, I'm going to get this wrong. Because they lump into one for me. So Val Kilmer is the Batman in Batman Forever. That's where they introduce Chris O'Donnell, and he turns into Robin. But it's really weird.
We got Val Kilmer in that movie?
Yeah. And he's just okay.
Oh, that's kind of a bummer. I don't want to be devastated by that.
The stories behind the scenes are that him and Joel Schumacher, who was the director of this one, clashed a whole bunch of stuff. And he was notoriously weird in the 90s and stuff like that. Despite some amazing performances, he was a little crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think, was this Jim Carrey as the Riddler and Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face? I think that's that one. And then... we had Batman and Robin, which introduced Alicia Silverstone as Batgirl, and then had Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze, and Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy.
Really?
It got so okay. By the time that we got to,
I kind of want to see these two movies. If I'm being honest with you, like maybe not do like reviews on them, but I am curious. Yeah, because I want to see Jim Carrey as a bad guy. Because that'll be cool. I can go ahead and What?
It's just thinking of Jim Carrey as the Riddler.
Is it really bad? Is it like The Mask?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that. I can see it being almost the same character. Just even eviler.
It's very Ace Ventura, you know. I mean, it was in basically that era where his crazy, goofy body comedy and all that.
Because that's the Jim Carrey I don't like. So let's, ruin him for me too. Why
so
not?
By the time we got to Forever and then Batman and Robin,
yeah,
the animated series had come about and become like really, really popular. So they sort of, kind of tried to do that in real life, and it was not.
It didn't turn out the right way.
We will have to check them out, just
so I know,
just for your curiosity, and because we have access to them too. So.
And again, probably won't end up doing reviews on it, but maybe mention them in passing.
We can do, we can maybe do a bonus review of both of them where you just hit some high notes.
Yeah, instead of reviewing the entire movie and talking about the plot and all that.
I mean, at one point in one of these two movies, Chris O'Donnell as Robin looks at Batman and says, "Holy rusted metal, Batman." And that's a thing that Robin used to do in the campy Batman Adam West thing where he would say, "Holy something, something," that had to do with whatever. So it's just hilarious, I guess. It's adorable. How about that? We'll go with that. We'll soften the blow a little bit.
Adorable, yeah. That does definitely soften the blow there.
It is just adorable if we go with those. But yeah, and then it's not until 2005 when we get Batman Begins that we get another serious Batman, and then that's where everything started to go to more grounded in reality. But anyway, hell of a review of Batman Returns. I am very satisfied with your answers. Fantastic. Well done.
Yeah.
And thank you for dealing with that. That was tough for me to watch again. It really was.
Man, that was an interesting one, to say the least.
But all right, that's going to do it for our Naomi's Under a Rock review of Batman Returns. Not sure what we're watching in 2 weeks, but of course we're always looking for suggestions. You can basically comment anywhere on our Facebook page, Luke and Naomi On Air, and let us know something that you would like to see if Naomi's ever seen before, because, hey, you never know.
Or just have me ruin your favorite movies.
Or, yeah,
that's basically what's happening at this point.
Maybe,
well, not always, because sometimes I do like the movies.
I mean, you liked Ghostbusters, which was a relief.
Yeah, I did like Ghostbusters. It was cute. It was fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, maybe we pivot to that eventually when we run out of movies that you've never seen. We just have Naomi trash your favorite movie. What's your favorite 70s or 80s movie? Naomi will tell you why it's stupid.
One? Yeah, absolutely. Let me yell at the main character for a little while.
Oh,
like
boy.
Batman giving away Selina's identity.
Again,
still mad about
that.
If
you watch a lot of Batman, he calls the villains by their actual names.
Don't care. That was a terrible move. That was a real D move. Yeah.
All right. Okay, what's next?
We're wrapping up, aren't we?
Yeah.
Oh, you're waiting on me.
I am.
Thought of the day.
That's
bad.
right, it is. Thought of the day. Thought of the day. It's your thought of the day. Thought of the day.
We spent so much time talking about Batman. I was just done. I was like, I'm done with this episode. We're out.
Just say goodbye.
Yeah. All right. This is a great thought of the day. This one will really make you think. Intelligence isn't genuinely appreciated until you meet someone who has none.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Hurts, doesn't it? Yeah, just a little.
Oh, man.
Luke, you gonna leave us with a laugh?
I'm gonna do my best.
What do you got?
A Vicks Vapo Rub truck spilled its entire load across the freeway. There was no congestion for 8 to 10 hours.
That's terrible. I should have seen that one coming.
I got a few of them. We're gonna rattle off a couple because they're all so bad. Diarrhea is hereditary. It runs in your genes.
That's disgusting.
What time do dads go to the dentist?
I don't know.
You seriously don't know? 2:30.
I think you should end on that. Like, that's pretty bad.
How did you not know that? What do you call 26 letters that went for a swim?
I don't know.
Alphabetical.
That's stupid.
How do you reheat cold Hawaiian pizza?
I don't know.
On a low, hot temperature?
That doesn't even make sense.
Not really.
It doesn't count if it doesn't make sense.
A ham roll walks into a bar and asks for a drink. Bartender says, "Sorry, we don't serve food here."
That's stupid, too. These are all terrible. These are like the worst set that you've done.
Your mom told me what rhymes with orange. I said, no, it doesn't.
Oh my gosh.
Why do chicken coops only have 2 doors? Because if they had 4, they'd be sedans.
That is...
Why don't...
I'm done. I don't even care. I don't even care what the next one is. I'm not here for it.
Why don't eggs tell jokes?
I don't know.
Because they'd crack each other up.
That's so stupid.
The
How are
stupidity
you
of these, they're
laughing?
hilarious. I
No,
love
they're
them.
not.
They're so dumb. They're funny. I love it.
No,
Oh my God.
Nope. That's it. I'm out of here. I'm heading. I'm done here.
Headphones
Thank
are
you.
off.
That
Heading
was
for the
great.
door.
Goodbye.
Oh man. All right. That was an excellent episode 50. What a good one. The first sequel. Hopefully we find a sequel that's a little bit
Better.
If you want to say
Oh,
it.
you didn't want to say that.
I have a hard time. I feel really bad because I know, again, a lot of people my age, friends and stuff that are into Batman are like, yeah, man, this is one of the better ones. Nah.
No, it's not.
It ain't.
Who's saying that? Let's have a chat. Because no, it's not. I just watched it.
It ain't. Anyway, that's it. We're off next week, of course, 4th of July. Everybody, please enjoy your 4th of July holiday. Have some fun. Be safe, of course. You don't want to do anything stupid with fireworks. Let somebody else do that, and you just, enjoy the entertainment for it and all of that. Tell your friends about the podcast. We're everywhere you can get a podcast. Google, Amazon, Apple, Spotify, all of that. Luke and Naomi on air everywhere. Don't forget your homework. Scariest movie that's not a horror movie. Really looking forward to some of those answers.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to it. Happy 4th of July, everybody. Have some fun this week and be excellent to each other.
Love you. Bye.